Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned in to Honey's Closet. Special night. We were having technical difficulties yesterday, and it wasn't happening at 7. It wasn't happening at 8. And I'm like, you know what? We're going to shoot for Monday. And I'm so happy that I did because I have the privilege to have my radio mentor, that person I can go to all the time and always helps me out when I'm drowning or hanging myself. And I have the amazing Chris Bass in the closet tonight. And I think it's extremely awesome because now we get a male's point of view about everything that's going on in the world today, the Roe versus Wade. And, I have something I want to share or talk about. Um, why is there so much disrespect from to Black women from the Black man? And I'm gonna share
Mhm.
something that happened to me yesterday. But as you know, before we get started, I'm gonna need you guys to go grab that cocktail, that snack, whatever it is you need. Get it, come sit back and come sip, chat, and chill with us. Tonight we're gonna have a different song. I'm kind of promoting my boy DJ Beeman. He is the keyboardist for Jason Derulo, and he gave me this song. It's on his EP. His EP is entitled Engage. Get it on Spotify. But this song right here is about me. Well, not really, but it is about me. So I want you guys to listen to the song, and we're gonna come back on the next half, and we're gonna talk about the shit that's going on in America right now, and why America may not be the greatest country they're trying to make it to be. So stay tuned. Baby, I just want to celebrate you. Take a ride. I'm so engaged. She classy though. She don't bring no codes. Know how to be ratchet, but she classy though. I wanna celebrate my baby, she don't bring no codes. I wanna celebrate you, baby. I wanna celebrate you, baby. Met her on Sunday, Easter morning. Bad to the bone and the skin was glowing. I love this song. He
Mhm.
says she ratchet, but she classy though. We'll just let it play out a little bit right here. But
Yes.
check out his EP. It's on I have it on. It's on Spotify and it's on all the apps out there. Download it, get it. It's a nice EP. He's very talented, and I had the pleasure of working with him. And when I was working on my YouTube channel, I was like, I need a song, and he played me this song, and he said, "You ratchet, but you classy though." And I'm like, first, like what? But I'm like, you know what? You're right. So I love this song. This is my song. So
Nice.
shout out to DJ Beeman. Um, okay, Chris. Without further ado,
Mhm.
we're not even gonna waste any time. We're ready to start late. Roe versus Wade.
As we all know, it went down last Friday because I was going to do the story about the gun laws that the Supreme Court had passed the Thursday before. So I was trying to get my mind around that, and then we get this bombshell the following day. And you always hear about the old World War II, this day will live in infamy, comes to mind. But no, I had to rephrase that for what happened last Friday with the Roe versus Wade overturning. That's a day that will live in blasphemy, as far as I'm concerned. It was beyond sad because what really tripped me out in the beginning when I first heard the news, and I'm watching the coverage on television, there were people who applauded the overturning, and they were women. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, just crying and emotional about it, and the ones that were jeering, ones that were, jeering and cheering. I mean, it just, and the ones that were just against it. It just kind of bothered me that how can you, as a woman, and this is no offense to people again who are faith-based, religious. I understand that, but as a woman, let a man, let alone the government, tell you what to do to your body. I cannot fathom that. It just, I
I
don't know
cannot.
how that works. It's really
Um,
sad.
Hello, Barbara Jean. We got Barbara
Hey,
Jean
Barbara
on here.
Jean.
We have Jed on there.
Hey,
Barbara
Jed.
Jean says, "Hey." Jed says, "Nutbags. This is nutbags." Abbott in Texas just said it is going to end rape in the state with this BS. Well, let me tell you a story. My cousin works for the federal government,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the judges there years ago had a daughter who she got pregnant. She was super super excited.
Mm-hmm.
She went to get her first ultrasound, very early in her stages, and they found out the baby had no bottom half.
Mm.
Right, so she elected to abort the baby, which you understand. So when you have cases like that and women being raped and incest and all this, you're gonna have to sit out here and explain why you need an abortion or can't get an abortion. So you're supposed to have your rapist baby. You're supposed to deliver a baby that you know that's not going to make it. So you're going to carry a baby for 9 months, knowing that 1 or 2 months that it's not going to make it.
Mm.
I mean, who the hell do they think they are? Who do they think they are?
It's too much power for one people or persons to have. And when you have those type of situations, it's like, are you really in control of your own life? If the government says that from now on, I'm going to make sure that, and once again, as we know, this is a landmark case in 1973, and to
Mhm.
go into where we are 2022, we have shown that the country is regressing, not progressing.
Right.
We're going back in the time where we were trying to get out of the shadows of from that. We were trying to get away from those type of mentalities, but they're being resurfaced, and they're being resurfaced by people who just want to control. Anybody who's in power always divvies out the privileges, and this is
Right.
what's happening now. And because it's happening now, you mentioned before about rape and incest from my notes from last time. Now, these are some of the severe new laws about this and conservative lawmakers. Once again, no exception for rape or incest. No exception whatsoever. We talked about. Penalties include fines, prison, and loss of license. So again, you're looking at situations where if you can't have an abortion in your state, you got to travel state lines to go to another state to go to that. Now, certain companies have already said that they will cover travel expenses.
Netflix, Disney, I
Netflix,
think is one of them.
Microsoft, right?
Microsoft. Mm-hmm.
Meta, another company formerly Facebook. So they've stepped up to say, you know what, we have to change the medical guidelines when you're covering for health insurance, and have done so. But the ones who won't cover it, these ladies have to take it upon themselves to come out of pocket to travel to a different state for an abortion if they so choose.
Yeah. Um, and this scares me because you're going to have young girls or women who are in dire need and are going to be going to, garage basements. Somebody's going to say, I can do your abortion for you, or taking stuff. There's old witchcraft things out there. I don't know why she used witchcraft, but
Yeah.
it says, you do this and, it'll abort, but you're going to have so many deaths. And I read a post or a meme the other day that says, a person will go to jail and do more time for getting an abortion from a rapist than a rapist will for raping someone. Can you believe it?
Unfortunately, I can because, see, we've been seeing this coming down the pike already. I mean, look what President Trump, 45, did by appointing those three judges going to the Supreme Court. So when you had that balance shifting of conservative viewpoints, liberal viewpoints in the Supreme Court, this is what you get. So someone like a Clarence Thomas, who's been there since, whoever, how long he's been there since the 90s, is galvanizing these positions because he said, look, he is on record, going back to Clarence Thomas, saying that he does not even believe in equality when it comes to the LGBTQ community. He said it on record already, and
Yeah.
plus going back to what he said about abortion. So all of this has come down the pike because now they're in position to overturn everything. Just because, look, this is just the beginning. Gun laws, abortion, Brown versus education, civil rights law. It's voting. It's everything. It's everybody's on notice.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, and it's really, really sad. Speaking of gun laws, I want to tell you something just real briefly that just frightened me.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier today, I took my grandson out to the pool. and we're in the pool and we're just having, a good time. And there's a little boy in there, a little white boy, right? A little cute boy.
Mm.
And they're talking about water guns and stuff like this. And the little boy, he's probably about 7, 8, 9, nowhere in that age group. And he goes, "Oh yeah, I have a gun. I have an AR." Now I don't know if he really has one or not,
Yeah.
but I'm looking like, let me film this little boy because this could possibly, and I'm not trying to make light of it, could be
Yeah.
our future mass murderer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because why is he even saying I have an AR? He didn't even say AR-15. He said, "Oh yeah, I have an AR." And I wanted to say something to him, but I don't know
No.
what it's all right. I know he might have it in the pool, but I don't know. But as I tell DJ, come here. We don't have those discussions. And ARs, do you know what an AR is? No, well, it's a gun. It's a very dangerous gun. It's what they use to kill people in schools and
Mm.
shoot churches and all over. And we're not going to be talking and playing with little kids who are saying they have ARs. I'm sorry, and
Right.
I hate to do that. But what do you do?
Well, nothing wrong with people who want to collect guns and use it responsibly and get the license, get the training, and things like that. I'm all for that. The right to bear arms, I'm all for it. It's the ones who are megalomaniacs, the ones who are insane, the ones who think that they are better than any other race and want to eliminate said race. Those are the ones I have an issue with, and just the fact that we saw what happened, unfortunately, in Uvalde, Texas, where this 18-year-old, I don't know where he got the money from. You got to
Yeah,
start off with what we was getting with ammo with the AR-15 was like 18.5, $1,850 and up
this
to
little
get
boy
all
was
that.
at the school in Texas.
Yes.
Well, there's rumor being said that he may have gotten some of that from his grandfather because his grandfather is a parolee.
See, it wouldn't surprise me because, everybody's story connected to the shootings has been kind of shaky.
Mm-hmm.
From the timeline, say, for example, that happened that week, from Tuesday to Thursday, the story already changed in the hands of, 24, 78 hours, pretty much. And what we've seen is lack of responsibility.
Yeah,
Who dropped the ball? And they didn't even have people like the sheriff, dissing himself, saying that we did this and did that. But there's a lot of blame to go around. Me personally, I just think that a lot of these guys were scared, that they literally fear for their lives, not just the colloquialism that police officers say when they're on the street or wherever. They're fear for their lives and they didn't want to do the job that they were sworn to do. I'm sorry, that's just cowardice to me.
yeah, absolutely. Because it's coming out. They took this long. Now it's coming. They weren't going in, and it's sad. It's sad. These are elementary school children, and my prayer now that I've added on at night is that my kids can go to school and that we can go to church. They're shooting up schools, they're shooting up churches, they're shooting up Walmarts, but for children, that can't go to school, without having fear. Like, can you imagine those children who lived and witnessed that? Their fear of going to school. I wouldn't want to go to school.
No.
You know, um, you can't go to church. They had a man right, I think either right before that or right after that, that went to this church every Sunday, and he just went in there like one Sunday and shot up shot and killed people in there. Like, what is wrong with people? Where are we going in this country? And we keep hearing this is the greatest country ever, but it's not. And I meant to look this up, but the woman who spoke yesterday at a rally with Trump, and she made a comment about thank you for making this a white or something. Did you see that? The
I read
comment
about it, but I didn't see the video.
she said something about, thank you for making this white or some comment she
Yeah.
made about it being a white. And
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing about it. And I have to be honest, I'm not racist. I love everybody. And that's really the first comment a racist really makes, right? But we have to do that disclaimer. I have friends of all nationalities. My family is mixed. Um, but it makes me look at people differently, right? It makes me look at people differently. Like, why do you hate us so much? Why? And most people are in denial. So a lot of Caucasian people are in denial. They don't want to admit that their folks is racist, and they've
Mm-hmm.
caused so much. You know, um, the killing of black men and black women and brown. We can't go anywhere without being you know prejudged, and
Right.
you can't walk your dogs, you can't do this. and now you have all this stuff that's going on in the world. I need for someone to explain to me what makes the United States the best country, because it's shit. It's a piece of shit country. It's a piece of shit country.
It is, but you still have other people, different countries trying to get here. So imagine if another country was more shittier than this one, which is kind of hard to believe. But you have people from, um, trying their best to, cross the border or wherever to get here. So that just shows you what it's like in their minds, in their countries they come from. They get over here and say, this is better. And maybe for them it is better. But for those who are born and bred here and seen the timeline shift and everything change, for us, it's like you said, for a shithole, but maybe somebody else is not.
Well, you know what? Here's the problem, and I could be wrong, but most of the people that are trying to get over here are not black people, because the
True.
country may be amazing for you if you're white or some Hispanics, or others. They can come here.
Mm-hmm.
Other people can come here and get a loan and open up a business quicker than we can that are here, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a hater. It's just, hey, my people, is that you, Dr. Ron? Um, so it could be a better country. It could be a better place to come and get a brand new start. But it doesn't freaking help. It doesn't work for us. If you're black or some browns, it doesn't work for you.
No, it doesn't.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work. And so people get mad when you say that, but it's true. It's absolutely true. So
Yes.
I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Well, everything that we've been focusing on as a nation, it's total sadness because you would think that we would do more and learn from the lessons of the past and try to do right. But unfortunately, you still have people who are very set in their ways, who are very racist, who continue to put themselves in a position to keep the foot and the knee on the neck of everybody, not just black folk, but everybody. And so, even to the point of, look, nobody's family is completely 100%, like you said, for anything. Your family's mixed, my family's mixed, and everything else. So, people who are the judges, like Justice Thomas and people like that, they have mixed families, but they don't care
Right.
because their job, of course, is represent the country, and really they're not. It's for themselves and special interest groups. We get into all that down the road as we continue on, but it's the damnedest of shame that you would think that with all that's going on, we still got COVID, we still got monkeypox, we still have inflation, we still have job loss, and go throw this in the mix too with the gun laws and with abortion. It's just too much for somebody to handle. It's
It's
been
way
anybody to handle. This is why, unfortunately, with these protests, it's going into anarchy because there's people out there who just want to see the world burn. That's how their mentalities are. And
Yeah.
so when we throw this in the mix, I'm not wishing upon it for anybody else, but you will see more blood in the street because of all what's going on. It's too much for anybody to handle, and not
Way
everybody can handle it.
way too much. Hey, Corey. Let's go back to Jed. He said, and if you live in an aggressive state, will they stop you at the state line to get out of a handmade tail? They always come down harder later with more rigs. I don't know.
It's all little
This is
grabs.
this is Dr. Ron Ford right here. I don't know why his doesn't show up, but yeah, yeah. It sucks. It's I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's. I tell you what. I'm scared. I'm a little
Yes.
frightened. I'm a little frightened. Um, it makes me want to move to another country. Um, Canada maybe. If you had a choice to move somewhere, that's a question. If those who are listening, if you made the decision to move to another country, where would you move to? Where would you go? Where would you feel safe? Like, I'm the only place I can think of off the top of my head would be Canada. Um, I seen the prime minister came out and spoke and said that we will always protect the rights of women, so that's good to know.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, I don't. Where would you go, Chris?
No, you read my mind, Canada. That's a no brainer for me. Even when I was a teenager, I remember my dad, who hated Ronald Reagan thought that Ronald Reagan would put us to like a World War III. He had a plan. Look, if he puts to World War III, your mother and me send you on the plane, you going to Canada. You are not going to serve in the white man's
in the
war.
military.
Exactly. Yeah.
My mother said the same thing. She
Mm-hmm.
goes, if they make this a draft
Yep.
and they have to start drafting young guys, but I think at that time, well, still I only have one brother. I
Mm.
think they weren't drafting your only son, but I think it was coming down to your son, even if he was an only son. And my
Right.
mom said, we will leave this country immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And the sad thing about it, and I salute my men and women who are out there fighting day in and day out for this country, for our freedom. I salute them. Um, I I would, if I had a choice, I would not let my sons go fight for this country. And people, you can
Exactly.
come for me if you want to. I'm sorry. I'm why?
Right.
First of all, let's talk about that. You go and you fight for this country. Africa, Dr. Ron said, Africa, the motherland. You go and you fight for this country, and you do a whole. I mean, you can retire from the military. Maybe if you retire, it's different. But if you go and you do 1 or 2 or 3 years, and you come home, you have no health care, shitty health care,
Mm-hmm.
right? My god sister works for the government, and she works for the homeless vets. You know how many vets? I mean, if you go and you fight for this country, you should come home and have a house, a job. It should be given to you.
Right.
You just went and fought for this country, and they're treated like shit. So, yeah, I wouldn't let my. Corey Benjamin said it is that easy to establish yourself in Canada. Is it that easy to establish yourself in Canada? I don't know, CB. I don't know, but I tell you what, it may be easier than living here and people telling us what we can do with our bodies and possibly trying to send us back to slavery, because that shit ain't gonna work.
I know. Right.
It ain't gonna work for us. It's not gonna
Right.
work. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Nothing beats a failure but a try. You gotta try out something because the the country has shown time and time again that they don't give two damn about us as a people. They show you. My dad always said, when a person show you their ass, that's who they are, first and foremost. And
First and
so
foremost.
when we saw the unfortunate tragedies of children being massacred in Uvalde, Texas, and you still had politicians who did not want to take a stance on gun violence. In fact, they continued to support the NRA. In fact, there was an NRA get together in Houston, the same state that happened with that tragedy in Uvalde. So nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
They're not there to care, and you think they should care because they get our votes, they get our money. So you would think that somebody would give a damn, but nobody. No, not at all.
Nobody cares. Dr. Ron Ford says old white government wants to turn back the hands of time 100 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And shame on Clarence Thomas. Somebody should walk up there and just slap the shit out of him.
I
Just
don't
slap.
think I don't think we're doing any good. I mean, he's the classic Oreo. We had the conversation back on the Street News Now, and my brother, Professor Reggie Miles, talked about that. Right, black on, dark on the outside, white on the inside. Here's a guy who married a white woman and could never have happened back in the day of him race mixing with someone white, and not only that, benefited from affirmative action. Just complete hypocrite and don't know where to. I'm sorry. It's just it amazes me how so many people can benefit from something and don't want to hand over the keys to progress for somebody else to
Right.
benefit from. So yeah, he's one of those people.
Corey says the problem is our people talk about leaving, but we need to act on it. Corey, I agree with you. We need to act on it, but here's the problem, which is a great transition into a topic, something I want to discuss with you guys and want opinions. And Corey, I need your opinion on this. Um, we need to do something as black people, but the problem with us, and I know I'm gonna get some hate mail, and I want all the smoke. We don't do shit. We will stand up, we will riot, we will go out here and protest. And soon as somebody else, a white person or somebody else stands up for us, we back off like, oh, we're gonna let them do it. We right back doing the same old stupid shit. We need to do more for us. We have to take a stand. And we can still talk about, I mean, this Roe versus Wade, return is something that we're going to be talking about for a while now. It's just the worst. I mean, I,
Mm.
it's the saddest thing I think I've witnessed. I was so young when it first happened, but now to see that it's been overturned and what it can do for so many women is horrible. Um, but speaking of women, all women, sorry, I'm not, don't mean to leave anybody out, but as a black woman, I have to speak on black women. The disrespect that we get as black women from black men. So I'm not going to mention the person's name, but he's a known rapper, and he posted something on Instagram um, yesterday, and it was a meme. And I'm going to read what it says to you guys. It says, "Most black men of America were raised by disappointed single black mothers who taught us their own personal, flawed, selfish, immature, materialistic, unrealistic values, laws, standards for us black men to live up to. Then they blame us for doing and being what they taught us to do and be." And so it's a meme, right? You can't see it. It's anyways. So it's a meme. So anyways, sorry you can't see it. So I felt compelled to respond to it, and I said I call BS on this. He did not say all. He said most, but most is a large amount.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said this is not true, right? I am a single mother. I raised three boys. Did I make mistakes? Yeah, but I raised three good young men. You know what I'm saying? Three good young men, and I didn't have much help, right?
Mm-hmm.
From fathers, from father for the father. So I just felt, that was kind of harsh to say. And but I didn't attack this guy, right?
Right.
And so his response to me was, "I'm uneducated." And he attacked me. Now, what really bothered me with this guy is he's Muslim, or he claims to be Muslim.
Okay.
And I know because my uncle is well respected, well known in the Nation of Islam. And I know that they do not condone dissing women, especially black women.
Right.
So my response to him when he came for me is, you know what? I'm not going to, because I'm mouthy, right? Sometimes my bark is bigger than my bite. So I said, I'm gonna come at him differently. So I said, listen here, brother, you're a black man. I'm not gonna disrespect you. So I'm gonna pray for you. God bless you. So another lady came up and she said, I'm so happy you said something. Nobody ever speaks up for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is so insulting to us as black women. And so I'm thinking, this post, like, what does his mom think? Because this is to your mother. You come from a black mother, a black grandmother.
Right.
So he kept coming. All he can say is, "Oh, you're not educated. You're not reading." I didn't say all. I said most. I get you said you didn't say all. Most is a wide number for me. I don't agree with it. But instead of attacking me, how about we just have a discussion?
Right.
So he kept coming, kept coming. So I called my uncle and I said, "Hey, do you know this guy?" He goes, "I know him really well." And he tried to defend him by saying maybe it's somebody hacked this account. No, uncle, it's him. He's done lives on it now. He's now got other people, because I refuse to go on his page, that are watching it and saying, he's discussing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then today he goes and he posts. He goes, "If she can kill my unborn child without my permission, then I can leave her and my baby without hers." Then he put, while he's playing in his story, he's playing Mahalia Jackson's "Sign of the Judgment." When God destroys women for their sins, isn't that him saying, "Fuck y'all bitches"? Muslim. No, I don't care if he's Christian, Jehovah's Witness, whatever. No man
Right.
should be talking like this. But I
Right.
do know as a Muslim, they don't condone this. I know this is not how you talk about women.
Right.
And so I said to my uncle, like, he's doing this, and this is disrespectful, right? So um he keeps leaving me messages about the education system for me. You don't know how your comprehensive skills, you're illiterate, whatever. And I'm like, okay. And I still to this day have been like, you know what, brother? I pray for you.
Yeah.
I pray for you because it's really, really sad. Um, why? And I'm asking all the black men out here, why is it okay? Because let me say this:
Sure.
as black women, we're the most emulated. Everybody wants to be like us. right? But everybody, they even got white women and other Mexicans and Armenians, everybody trying to take our whole stilo.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about us. They think it's okay to talk about us now because the black man is talking about us. And I'm gonna say something to white women out there and Armenian women, everybody. Half the man that you guys get and you think you throw in our face that you get them, we don't want his funky ass anyways. Trust and believe. I speak for most women in America. We don't want that brother, no way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But so everybody talks about us, they degrade us, but they want to be us. White men want us, whether they admit it to their wives, there's whoever, they want us. If given a chance to be with us, we breast, not me personally, because your baby will go hungry, but we as black women breastfed your babies through slavery. So we are the most wanted, right? But yet the most disrespected. And it's sad when it comes from everybody else, but when it comes from our own black men,
Mm-hmm.
I say males, because if you're a man, you're not going to be doing it.
Right.
What the hell is the problem, Chris? I just I don't get it.
I don't know either. Something like that. It sounds extremely personal. I mean, I don't know, brother, that's doing this, and I'm sorry that you're going through it. Something like that is not even in the should be in the mindset of someone who, being a part of the Nation of Islam. You are correct. They don't play for that. I myself almost joined the Nation of Islam, so I know what it is to become the FOI and things like that. Um, unless you had a mother that beat the shit out of you, or just had bad experiences with black women, it sounds extremely personal. Not just a mindset. See, a lot of stuff comes from inner or personal experiences, and that just sounds like it's something just whatever brothers had gone through or continues to go through. It's just a hatred. Now, having said that, when you are about to get in a relationship with anybody, you have to embrace yourself before you embrace others. You have to love yourself before you love anybody else. You have to take yourself, scars and all, and not rewrite your own history and not have revisionist history. You have to have them embracement. And for this disrespective of tone towards black women is beyond insulting. But see, also got to factor in, and I hate to say this because loving rap music the way I do, when you have rap songs that talk about bitches and hoes, for example, that became okay. Now it wasn't okay, but when you get the green light at the time, this would be beyond independent, doing your own music work. When you were part of a record label, and the record label says okay for you to go out there and say those things, yeah, that becomes a detriment because music is very powerful. You say what you want about music, but look what happened in the '60s with Motown music and everything else, the '70s as well. Any genre of music has an effect on people. So having said that, if you hear bitches and hoes ain't shit and everything else over and over again, you start to believe it. Now, it's it's also beyond me for someone to form their mouth to call a black woman bitches and hoes when your mother is black, when your sisters are black, and your aunts, and your grandmothers and godmothers. You are saying the same thing to them as you said about any strange person that you see in the street who a stranger to you happens to be a black woman. You're going to just tear them down from the beginning and not know the beauty and the wisdom and what black women are life,
Right.
period. So if you're going to denounce that, you might as well denounce yourself.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and I hope doesn't sound like hypocritical, but I love rap too, and I've been to a few rap concerts and seen some things, and so when I hear the songs like you said, bitches, there's actually a song, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. And a lot of people take offense to it, but I have to say this: there are there are a lot of women out there that represent that, unfortunately,
True.
because I've seen women who will. I've seen a video, and I forgot Jay-Z's old artist is a thick guy, not very attractive, and God forgive me, but he's coming out of a bathroom stall, and this
Mm-hmm.
girl pushes him back in the bathroom stalls and gives him a blowjob.
Mm-hmm.
This fool just came out from peeing,
Right.
right? I've seen at the New Edition concerts is wow. These women are going wow. They are giving themselves to these men. So when they write these lyrics, unfortunately, some of these I call them females, not women. There's a difference,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's females and there's women. Some of these females are acting like this. So I can't get too mad if we're out there and we're. I mean, how many times have you went on social media and see women twerking, ass all hanging out?
Right.
That's all you see. You rarely see the woman in this business suit that looks sexy but classy. You see the twerkers and you see the women out there, you know, doing whatever, talking crazy, halfway naked. And so
Mm-hmm.
when guys write songs about these women, how can we fight for that if they're doing this? Right? So we do got to fix that, right? And with this comment, I grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and a lot of the mothers, which are older than me, a lot of women, and even to this day, are on drugs. Maybe it was on crack. Uh, maybe it was led to prostitution, right?
Right.
And what I told him was, at least most of the mothers stuck around. Maybe they did a horrible job, right? But
Mm-hmm.
be the change you want to see, because the fathers are gone.
Right.
The fathers are gone, so the mothers did stick around, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
not giving them an excuse, but to say that about most of the women, to me, was offensive. Are there women out there that's like that? Yeah, but instead of you coming out and saying it in the manner that you did, how about maybe your scorn, maybe your mother, I don't know, maybe his mother was like that, maybe his mother
Right.
did it to him. But let's be the change. I remember coming up when I got a whipping. My mother never told me why I got. If I did something wrong, it'd be 2 days ago. She whipped my ass just because she thought about, like, let me whip her ass right now. I just forgot about it. Right. So I remember saying, when I grow up and have my kids, I'm gonna explain to my kids. I'm gonna have that conversation.
Right.
This is why I'm finna put these hands on you.
Right.
This is what, you know what I'm saying. I don't owe you nothing. And I believe my mother raised, I have the best mother in the world. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
we change a little bit as we become parents, right?
Yes.
We give our children a little bit more. So I don't know. And I just think, one, if he feels that way and you put it up and he does a podcast, open the doors for conversations, but don't attack me, especially a black woman who
Mm-hmm.
did not attack you. And I could have came for him because he's known, and he'd had a beef with a very well-known rapper some years ago. And
Right.
so, I mean, and you're not doing really well. You got your Cash App up on your page, so you're begging for money,
Right. Right.
right? But not everybody's gonna make it. And so I bowed out gracefully. He still keeps sending me messages trying to attack my integrity or attack me as a black woman, and that's okay, because I get that and I told him, I go, maybe you had a setback, and I'm gonna pray for you. But I don't get why it's okay to just come after women, um, black women. We're evil. We argue. We're this. We're that. And it's just, where does it stop? How do we fix that?
It starts from the beginning wherever you grew up at. For one, depending on kind of family life that you have, that goes back to parents or parent, additional family members or friends who provide information for you when you're able to glean from that and learn. If you have certain people who just don't have the information for their children, then they're lost. And we're going back to the whole thing real quick about bitches and hoes and that type of thing. Yes, reality is the catch 22 because, like you said before, that is certain women who behave that way. But at the same time, I think fact and fiction have become blurred
Yeah,
now. You can't separate the art from the fiction. So everything now is like a gray material. It's gray area, and it's up to you or us to realize which one is the difference. And knowledge is power. That's an old adage, but you do benefit from that when you just shut up and listen to people who have the knowledge for you to make decisions and to be a better person and to learn from your experiences. Nobody around here is walking on water. We got that part. But what knowledge that we have obtained over the years, let us take that in part to make ourselves better, to make our family better, to make our friends better, and anybody has the ear, try to make them better. Because you said earlier in the conversation about having a podcast, if you invite different people from different points of view, you can learn. You don't have to just you may find out. I guess this is my own program. You may find out you have more in common than not common,
Right.
than uncommon. So see, people fear that because they can bank upon talking about you and me and anybody else because that's what people deal with nowadays, especially on social media. Everything's so damn negative. Everybody won't come after somebody.
Right.
You have to find positive stuff. There has to be a time to unplug. Do you take the red pill or the or the blue pill? Not Viagra. What I'm saying is you take time to realize that you may have to unplug from social media because it can damage. And that's not real. What we're doing right now is a real form, but social media has damned the ability to even think. Because what?
Yeah.
You allow people to think for you.
Right. Let's go back to some of the comments. So Jed said, anyone hear about the letter Jenny Pham wrote about Clarence? 1991 hardcore racism, evilish like his traits make up for his ethnicity. It was a on Lawrence O'Donnell last night. No, I did not hear about that.
Yeah,
Jed,
I read the article, yeah.
oh, okay. He says, what the fuck? Okay. Corey says it starts from the household. Absolutely right. Hurt people hurt people. People need healing. That is a true statement, Dr. Ron. Corey says you have to have an open mind to have a podcast. You absolutely do. And you cannot go in. So if I put up a post and said, why do black men attack black women? And people come up and start saying things, I have to be open to have this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, years ago, I was not that person. I'm a tiger. But I want to know. So I need to know what's bothering you, what's hurting you, that you want to attack us. And I get it. I know there are some, you know, women out there of all nationalities
Mm-hmm.
that are gold diggers, that are about self, you know, that will leave out their husband's bed and go get into another man's bed and vice versa. And it's so much going on in our world, but what, do we how do we fix that? Like these women who are out here twerking, I see they have their babies doing it now. I see babies, little babies who can't even talk. They're teaching them how to twerk.
Yeah.
Right? I seen a mother that put a joint in her young, he's like 2 years old, mouth. Right?
Poor
Who taught
children.
these people? Who taught these people? Right? Where so I feel like we need to fix this. How do we fix this? We need to start having this dialogue where we talk to these youth and like you cannot like we got to fix our youth or our world will be destroyed. So I'm gonna tell you something. I will say half of the millennials I feel can run this country. Some smart millennials out there. Then you got another half that will bring this shit to hell.
Oh yeah.
Right? We need to start, we do, and like Corey said, it starts at home. We have to start with our children. Um, you know, I every morning I get on my knees and I pray. Yesterday morning, my grandson came out the bathroom. He goes, Nana, can I come pray with you? Absolutely. Absolutely. He got on his knees. He wanted to pray with me. I brought the other grandson. He didn't want to pray. He's like, I ain't praying. Yes, you are. Get on your knees and pray. But it starts. And I pray out loud and we discuss the things that we want to pray about and we thank God for what we have. We're blessed.
Right.
We're blessed, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but how do we tell these youth to put the guns down, to stop killing each other? To stop fighting, to stop twerking on, stop giving your body to men because they got a little money. Because let me tell you something. I know I'm not the prettiest thing in the world and I don't have the best body, but my goods is worth more than any dollar any man has. Any dollar. So you can't pay for it. We have to teach our women that they're more valuable and that they're worth. And how do we do that? And men too. Men too. Stop
Yes.
settling for something and be the best version of you and be willing to be open and grow. I'm 54. I am learning so much, but I actually, at 54, am at probably the best in my life that I've ever been since I was probably a youth.
Mm-hmm.
Like the stupid mistakes I made over and over and over again. What did Albert Einstein said? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. That was me. I'm insane. I am insane, or was. I'm growing, but I don't know. It's scary. It's scary, and I'm scared for my grandchildren.
Well, two questions come to mind for me. Who are you, and who do you want to become? As I was coming, I'm the same age as you are, and making mistakes. I mean, please, I was the king of mistakes. I mean, and you just kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and you get to a point where okay, something has to stop. Okay, damn it, I gotta stop. I gotta pump the brakes on this situation, and change the trajectory of my life because where I'm going right now is not going to be conducive for me or my wife or my children before I even thought about having a wife and kids. So it's up to us individually first to try to get us together, and then try to find people who are like-minded where everybody is on board with one mission statement to try to help others. Now, once again, not everybody will be on board because we all have free will. You can say, "Oh man, the hell with you," I don't want time for that. That's fine. You go work on your side of the street, and I'll work on my side of the street. And I think that there is strength in numbers. Is that to find people who want to be better and want to make help everybody around them be better as well.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Chris, I I have not given up. I'm frustrated, but I have not given up. I
Right.
believe that we will be able to. We can possibly turn this around.
Yes.
But we as Black people have to work. We have to work harder. We can't expect somebody to fight this for us anymore. We have to stand up
Yeah.
and make this fight. We
I
have to
agree.
do it, and the only way we're going to do it is to come together. We have to come together. We have to stop killing each other. We have to stop fighting. We have to stop being in competition with each other. Um, we have to come together. If we don't come together, nobody else is gonna. Only so people can only fight for us so far, so long.
Right.
It's like teaching your child to walk. I can only help you walk for so long. Eventually, you're gonna take that first step.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know how to do it. I don't. Somebody asked me, who do you think is is a good role model or leader for the African American community? No, I don't see anyone.
Right. I
I don't see
understand.
anyone. I don't see anyone.
Well, maybe I
You
have
know
to
what I'm
change
talking
the
about?
maybe I got to change the philosophy. Maybe you look in the mirror and you see you as a great leader for African American community instead of looking towards somebody else. Because sometimes towards somebody else, they have their own special interest at heart and not yours.
Well, most of the people we see, and I won't name them, but
Sure.
most of the people that we've seen around for years is supposed to be, you know, leaders of the Black community. They only come out when they can be seen.
Right.
Stop trying to be seen. Be heard.
Yes.
Be heard.
And actually do
uh,
something.
and do something. Actually do something.
Hmm.
Be heard. And maybe we get someone, you know, that will take a step in that direction and really, but especially since to the time of social media, they want to be seen. People will pull out their cameras and record you getting killed before they call 911.
They won't help you.
They won't help you. They're gonna record it though and get
Exactly.
likes and get likes.
Yeah. Get all types of numbers and everything else. Yeah.
hmm And so, when are you gonna stop doing that? When are you going to step up? Let's see what Jed is saying. People like you two are few and far between. We definitely need to get out of the comfort zone and look for those others who want that positive change. I have neighbors who don't know my name and have lived here 20 years. That stuff has to stop. We need community. Um it's my thing is cut off. What does it say at the bottom?
Our commonalities outweighs the difference.
Why is it not showing? I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, I'm sorry. For some reason there's a bar right there. Okay.
Okay.
I thought it said our communities, but I couldn't see what it said.
Okay.
Um um yeah, you know what? Coming up, I grew up on 78th Street in LA, 78th Place. All the neighbors knew each other. We had block parties. We were kind of like latchkey kids. So when my parents were at work and we were in the house, the neighbors that we even opened the front door, they had my mom's work number,
Hmm.
right? And my Miss Hamilton would yell at us and say, "You better close that goddamn door," or we can come over there, you know. But everybody knew each other and we looked
Yes.
out for each other. You're right, Jed. You can live next door to somebody for 20 years and not know their name. I am not that person. I know all my neighbors here. They know me.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere I've lived, I've known my neighbors. I've made myself available, especially the elderly. If you need me, I'm there. Call me. You have my number. We
Mm-hmm.
don't do that. And there's no respect for our elders.
You preach.
That's a whole
That's why
nother
they say
show.
that.
But
Yes, it is.
yeah.
You got that right. No, it's the damnest of shame because like you when I was coming up, everybody knew each other. If you did something wrong, Miss Johnson would go tell your mother and father. Miss Johnson might have the opportunity to whip you on your ass, and then before you get the whipping from your mother or father or both. So if you weren't careful, I didn't want no three ass whippings.
Mm-mm.
Hell, one was enough. So look, okay, look, I'll tell them my own self before that started to happen.
Yeah. Nowadays, a mother would tell her kid to cuss you out.
Yeah,
You're looking out for the child. You're actually looking out for the child, but they don't care. Don't tell my kid nothing, whatever. And we got to stop being like that
yeah.
because that's I'm telling you, the time I in my era of growing up was the best time ever.
It was nice.
It was nice. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. But hey, it is what it is. But
That's
anyways,
right.
our time is winding down. Chris, please tell everybody where they can find you. Tell them about Street News Now and Baseline with Chris Base. I want everybody to know where to find you.
Well, first of all, anytime you put the base signal in the air, I will respond. So thank you for having me come on and co-host with you. The best way to contact me is go on Facebook and type in Chris Bass, CHRISB, as in broadcasting ASE, as you see there at the bottom of the screen. Um, there are like maybe 4,000 plus Chris Bases out there. Do not go to them. There are phony fakes and frauds. I am the original. You will
The
see me with
Bishop.
dark. Thank you, the bishop. That's right. And you will see me with a dark sunglasses and a nice tan fedora, looking quite dapper and debonair, I must say. And I
Yes, sir.
do three programs. Real quick, Wednesdays at 4. This is all Central times. So 4 p.m. Central, you can catch me do a show called CBI, Chris Based Interviews. I do one-on-one interviews. As a matter of fact, I interviewed Miss Honey across me a while back in a very good interviewee at that. That's every Wednesday, and every Thursday, it's a program we called Street News Now SNN. Six guys and you. The following compadres, my guru Lee Michaels, and then Professor Reggie Miles, Dr. Ron Ford, you saw up here on the screen, Mike Love, Buck Weezy, and myself. We take the issues of the day and chop them up for everybody to come into the comment section and be a part of. And that's at 8 p.m. on Thursday nights. So it's
That's
Central
Central
Time.
Time, right?
Right.
That would be 6 o'clock
There you go.
Pacific Time. Okay.
And then back to Fridays. Going on Friday will be my show called Baseline that I do at 4 p.m. Central. That'll be 2 p.m. your time out there. And of course, 3 p.m. on the other coast there on the East Coast. That's just me going over the issues of the day, some local issues. I'm based out here in Chicago, and just have some fun. Also on 5 o'clock Central, I have on Pastor Donovan Price, who goes out and administers help and helping people going through horrific violence and traumatic situations. So we check out with him every time during the show. Um, please, and I implore all of you to do this, go tell 5 of your friends and 8 of your enemies that Chris Bass will be in the air.
Yes. And I love Pastor. What is his name? Pastor
Pastor Donovan Price.
Donovan Price. I do enjoy when he comes on. The sad thing about when he comes on, I feel like there's always something that has just happened
Yes,
that he has to speak on, a murder or something, and that's in Chicago.
right.
Um, and I see it in his eyes. I feel it like he's dealing with a lot and he's helping a lot of people. So I
Yes,
pray
he
for
is.
him and thank him for going out there. And he's a person that goes out there and makes it happen. And we need more of him. We need more of him
Absolutely.
that are going out there and making it happen and helping our communities because we are losing far too many people on a daily in Chicago,
Yeah.
in Los Angeles, all over the world. There's too many shootings. The shootings in the store in Buffalo, New York. Was it
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo?
Right.
The shooting in Texas. I mean, every time you turn around, there's something happening. and we have to do something. We have to do something. We have to protect our youth. So,
I agree.
um, thank you so much, Chris, for coming on. I appreciate
Thank
it
you.
all the time. You are amazing, and I study you guys. I study you guys. You guys are, especially on Street News now. You guys are nuts.
Yes, we are.
But you mentioned Lee Michaels. Lee Michaels is the godfather of radio. I worked with him on Honey's Closet um, for a few years back in LA before stuff started shutting down, going
Hmm.
crazy. But amazing, amazing, amazing person. So we always give him a hard time, and we have to come on one day and talk about this music group that we came up with that you just took over.
Well, yeah, you know what? I was talking to Lisa London about this as well. So I'm going to do the reunion shows. I'm going to call it. It's going to be Lee Michaels, you, Honey, Lisa London, and myself. Because again, for Lee Michaels to be really the forgotten temptation, that's where it all started from.
That's where
And
I
so
started.
he inspired me to do this group. And when you and Lisa were my
Really,
backup
Chris?
singers, yeah,
I don't really think that's how it happened.
yeah, but we'll get Lee on here, and Lee would definitely connect the dots and put it all together.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. I need Lisa. Yeah, we're gonna have to have Lisa too because
Oh yeah, everybody will be on. Yes.
yeah, we'll have to do something like that really soon. That would be amazing. But yeah, I need to know how because I just don't. I feel like me and Lisa told you about it, and
Mm-hmm.
then you kind of jumped in and took over because it was Lee and me and Lisa. And
I don't
what's the soft spoken girl?
soft spoken. Who's soft spoken?
She used to come on when you guys at the other show with the what's the gentleman with the really deep voice?
Oh, Apollo.
Apollo.
Yeah.
Remember she used to come on? She had a really soft voice.
Oh, Carol.
No, not
I'll
Carol.
give her a say not Carol. Geez, don't get me started with
She
Carol.
I never met her. She used to just call in and she had
Oh,
a
oh, oh, little Frankie.
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 So
Yes.
it was Lee, me, Lisa, and Frankie.
Mm-hmm.
And I opened my mouth and told you about it. And the next thing I know, it was your group. You were the lead singer.
Mm.
And it was just a whole, yeah, it was a whole bunch of
Yeah, I
stories.
don't recall that.
I'm sure you don't.
I don't recall that at all. But again, when we get Leon and Lisa and you and myself, we're gonna clear the air by the whole thing. And I'm looking forward to. You missed it Friday because I think obviously you had jumped off, and Lisa was giving me crap about. Uh, I said before about like to go against me singing is completely wrong, and I was saying that you should stop doing that. And I said you guys are putting the knee on my neck for me not to be creative. And she said, put the knee in your neck, you'll stop singing. That's good.
Well, yeah, because
See, that's not right.
I,
And you agree
I
with that.
heard, I heard we gave you an opportunity
Mm,
to
mm, mm.
drop a couple of lines for us.
And I did.
And I heard all of the dead crows and coyotes, and everybody started howling. They literally knocked on my door and said, "Please stop."
Now you see, look at that, look. Now, she just talked about blacks coming together and us having a kumbaya moment, loving each other, and she's not even doing that with this situation. Honey, y'all be ashamed of yourself. You just talked
Okay.
about black on black love and everything else, and I can't get no love. I'm about as black as they come.
I love you, but we don't need you to sing. Who's rude, Jed? Who's rude? Who's
Jed,
rude? Not
Jed,
me.
tell her she's rude because this
I
is
am
just
not.
not right.
Jed, I know you heard. You were on that show when he sung, and I mean, I had a coyote knocked on my door with heels on and said, "Please, ma'am, please." The coyote had
See,
a pocketbook and heels. Said, "Please,
and we're not talking about
please."
Wile E. Coyote from the cartoons. Here, we're talking about a live coyote,
A live
not on her.
coyote
Oh, you gotta be
knocked on my
ashamed.
door with some heels on and a purse and said, "Please
For
stop.
shame.
Please
For
stop."
shame. That's the
Who is
damnest of
doing it?
shame.
Yeah. So
Okay, I'm gonna get the show together, put everybody together, and sell this once and for all. So this is just not right. This is blasphemy.
well, I tell you what, after I didn't watch the BT Awards last night, but I
Mm.
seen clips and I think that we probably could have went on there and turned some of that shit out because
Well,
where's the quality of performances? Not performances.
we can knock it out.
We can knock it
If
out.
we stop this bickering,
Well,
the whole thing.
yeah, well, you got to stop trying to be in control.
I'm not in control. It's just
You took
how it
over
happened.
everything. Like it wasn't even, yeah.
Just
And
how
then
it
you hit,
happened.
and then you just hit like one little, yeah, okay. We're definitely gonna put together a show for
Yes,
this
please do. Because don't
on
get me
Honey's
started
Closet.
singing. I'll
We're
run some
going,
bars real quick. I don't want to.
please drop us a bar. Everybody listening,
Nope.
go. It's the stage is yours.
No,
Let
I ain't
us
going.
know why you should be the leader
Okay.
of the
All
group.
right.
Go.
Uh, nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall. All right. Thank you.
Damn coyote, get off my damn door. On that note, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for joining in on the conversation. We'll definitely have to get a show together for Chris Base and Lee and Lisa, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll definitely do this very soon. But
Yes.
again, thank you so much, Chris. I love you. I adore you. Thank you for coming and joining me. And we shall. Somebody's commented. Barbara,
Yeah. Here comes Barbara G. Yeah.
advance warning, please. My poor ears. Barbara Jean. See, yeah. Who
Black folk.
Jesus. Yeah.
So.
Well, that wasn't very long, so I'm okay. Now I gotta go put some drops in my ears to
Woo.
get that back. But
See where did Barbara Jean come from? She was attacking me last Friday. This is black on black crime.
no, what you just did was black on black crime.
No.
That's black on black crime.
I bring joy.
There was no joy. The coyotes is at my door right now with a gun,
I
with an
would
AR.
say in pain, but I don't want to out myself. So
Joy.
joy,
That is the pain.
joy.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. Hey, always stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Please, guys. Let's all come together to make a difference. She says is. That's it. All right, guys. Thank you. God bless. And we'll see you next Sunday at our normal time, 7 p.m. on Sunday, Pacific Standard Time. Thank you and God bless.